Good evening and welcome back to Prime of Midlife. It is Saturday evening. It has been a productive day, but this evening I am talking about things that I don't buy anymore. And I think I was looking back old videos or had seen something on YouTube, and I basically saw the things I don't buy, and I was like, oh, what do I not buy anymore? So I wrote them down, and I think a lot of them is that I don't buy anymore because I'm older. Um, so yeah, if you're of a certain age, let me know if you stopped buying the same kind of things. Um, as I've said, when I put a short article up on the website with some of them, um, and said, there's some of them I sort of miss not having anymore, but there's some of them I'm just like, oh no, not doing that anymore. So let me tell you what I've got. I've got high heels. Now, I wasn't a big one for high-heeled shoes, but I was a big one for high-heeled boots. I loved high-heeled boots. And I can't walk in them anymore. Well, I can walk in them, but my ankles are not very good at supporting me in them. Slightest bit of unevenness and I go over my ankle. So, sadly, my heels, no longer. I can wear the wide, flat heels that are maybe like half an inch to an inch, but that's about it. So yeah, that's quite stressful. Well, not stressful, but it's quite sad. The next thing I had written down was underwired bras. I do not miss them at all. I mean, yes, I know that when you're dressing up, they can accentuate your figure, etc. But ladies, you know what I mean. Especially when I say they're great, they make you feel great sometimes, and then they stab you. We've all been there, haven't we? The first time that happened to me, I was in shock. So I no longer wear them. So I certainly don't buy them. Because just uncomfortable, no need. I am all about the comfort now. Ready meals. I used to eat a lot of ready meals. This one's definitely not to do with my age. This is just to do with the way I've changed. And if you've been watching the channel for a while, you will know I used to buy a lot of crap. But I don't buy ready meals anymore. I just don't. I make my own. I have one. Granted, you can't see it. I'm going to put a video up of my dinner, but basically it's some tagliatelle with this sauce, which is a creamy paprika and pork sauce. And that'll go in the freezer. It's the pasta, it's got the sauce. That's my ready meal, all homemade. So I don't buy ready meals anymore, which I'm quite smug about, I have to say. Haircuts. Don't do haircuts anymore. I don't go to the hairdresser. I was there in the 80s. I was a teenager in the 80s. I did all the perms. My hair is exceedingly resistant to perms, so you can imagine how big a problem that was. I then, for the next few decades, tried all those heated brushes, curling tongs, etc. And over the last decade or so, I have just accepted that this is my hair. Thankfully, the fashion at the moment is for straight hair a lot of the time. A lot of people use straighteners, etc. I don't have to. This is my hair washed and doing what it does. And it does straight. And yes, it's getting a bit long now. I will probably tie it up in a ponytail on top of my head and chop off a couple inches. That'll be it. That's as far as I'm going. So I don't pay money for hairdressers anymore. I also don't do makeup, which obviously you all realise. I never really did makeup. Even when I was a teenager, I never did the foundation and the blusher and stuff like that. Normally I would have some mascara, some lipstick, maybe some eyeliner, something like that. But as the years went on and I didn't use it very much, and I was throwing it out because it had aged out rather than it had been used, and I just stopped. Past it now. Don't care. This is my face. So yeah, we don't do makeup either. Suits is next on my list. I have my suits that I got a few years ago. A lot of years ago. And they weren't worn that much. And it's not something that I intend buying again because I still have some. And it's not a thing that's needed as much for work nowadays. It used to be if you worked in an office, you came in a suit. Not so much now. So I still wear them to work because they're wearable. So why would I not use them while you've got them? But that's definitely not something I will be using. My workwear is also my non-workwear nowadays. Home decor. Yeah, I just don't do that anymore. I used to try, I've got a couple of paintings, a couple of prints that I got given as gifts. That's really all I have. We don't have like pretty candles. We don't have ornaments. I don't have any of that. Throw pillows, accent things. I don't have any of that. I don't have any interior design taste at all. I have no clue about making a room look put together. I have no clue about what goes with what. We just live with what we have. So I did try to sort of do that when I was younger, but now, again, I'm past it now. I don't care. Seems to be a lot of things I don't care about. Clothes that need ironed. I know. White shirt, crisply pressed, lovely. I am not standing ironing anymore. We just don't. Kathleen's the same. We don't actually own an iron anymore. With the amount of clothes that are stretchy, we just don't buy stuff that would need ironed. And I literally have been in shops going, oh, that's pretty. Oh no, I'm not buying that. I'd need to iron it. So I don't buy clothes that need ironed. I remember being a kid, and pretty much as soon as I was old enough to iron, my mum had me at the ironing board and I remember as a teenager, Dad worked for the AA. He had shirts with epaulets and pockets, breast pockets. Mum had to have white shirts. I had to have white shirts. I had to have white shirts for school, and then I had white shirts for waitressing at night because that was how I got my money. I could stand and iron 20 odd shirts on a Sunday. And then you had the trousers. I was really good at doing my dad's trousers. I got really good creases in them with the tea towel and the spraying water on it and everything like that. Yeah, I am not going back to that. I do not buy clothes that need ironed anymore because life's too short to be standing at an ironing board. Small appliances is what I've written, but it's things, it's not so much small appliances, it's the things that are all the rage. The stuff, I don't even remember what we used to buy. We used to, but it'd be things that were on shopping channels, or nowadays it's things that are on TikTok. And you're like, oh, you've got to get this, it's fabulous. How can you live without it? Oh, quite easily, thank you. I can live without a lot of things, especially little gadgets, because my dad used to be really, really bad for that. He would come home with gadgets and things, and they're just not worth it. So yeah, we've stopped buying them now because it's a lot of money if you take, if you buy a couple of things a month off of TikTok or whatever. So yeah, we don't buy the things. I'm quite proud of myself because I think one of the latest trends here is the Highland Cow stuff. Now, about 3 years ago, I bought hot water bottles, one of which was a Highland Cow, the other one was a sloth. And that's just because there were furry hot water bottles in the shop. Then, I think probably a year later, the Highland Cow thing started taking off. And Kathleen and I both have one t-shirt. that she bought. She bought me my t-shirt because it was lovely. And it's basically a picture of a Highland cow saying, nope, not today. That's all we've bought. Now, we have both gone, oh my goodness, look at that. Isn't that's so cute? Oh, I could really do with that. No, I'm quite proud of us both. We have not succumbed to the Highland cow trend. So hopefully long may that continue. And finally, my bath bombs. I used to love Lush bath bombs. And there was bath bombs from a local shop in Crieff. I have not got them for quite some time. I actually went on the website today when I was writing the list to go, oh, I could maybe treat myself, buy myself some for Christmas or something. A Lush bath bomb is £6.50. I'm like, I am not paying £6.50 to have a bath. I would rather buy essential oils and have them in the water than a bath bomb nowadays, because the bath bomb is just not cost effective. I'm just not doing it. And that makes me sad, because I did love my Lush bath bombs, but no more. So there you go. That is my list of things. The first things that came to me when I had seen that, what have I stopped buying? Also today, as you will have seen in the reel, we did the cooking. So we have creamy pork sauce there. We also have pork slices going in the freezer. That is one pork roast. The other one's already sliced up and in the freezer. That was the second one. So yeah, it's been a bit of a busy day. So now I'm going to go and pop that in the freezer, put on the kettle for my cup of tea, and I will see you bright-eyed and bushy-tailed tomorrow morning at 7:30 for live. I haven't done one of them in forever. So hopefully I'll see you then. Catch you later.